I'm Michelle Mikes, the K-12 Mathematics Supervisor for the Cobb County School District. Our district is committed to helping students succeed, and you as parents are an integral part of this process. To help keep you informed about what your child is learning in our math classrooms, we are excited to provide you with these informational videos on concepts taught throughout the school year. Thank you for taking the time to discover ways to support your students' learning.
Welcome to the Kindergarten Unit 4 Parent Video. My name is Matt Hardman. Today we are going to discuss the components of the Kindergarten Measuring and Analyzing Data unit. In this unit, students will describe and compare measurable attributes of objects. Let's take a look at the standards. In this unit, students will describe objects by their measure. This standard calls for students to describe measurable attributes of objects, such as size, length, and weight. For example, a student could describe a shoe as, "This shoe is heavy. It is also really long." Students should focus on using descriptive words such as big and small for size, long and short for length, and heavy and light for weight. Students do not need to sort the objects for this standard. At home, practice using descriptive words to describe objects. Students will also compare two objects by their measure.
For this standard, students will compare objects by length and weight. Find objects around the house and have your child put the objects next to each other.
For example, find two objects, like a pencil and a paperclip. They need to be lined up end to end for an accurate comparison. The pencil is longer than the paperclip.
You could also say that the paperclip is shorter than the pencil.
Students should also be able to compare objects by weight. Here we have an empty milk jug and a baseball. Even though the empty milk jug is larger, it is actually lighter than the baseball. So students should be able to say, the baseball is heavier than the empty milk jug, or the empty milk jug is lighter than the baseball.
While shopping at the grocery store, have your child hold a grape in one hand and a pear in the other. Have them say, the grape is lighter than the pear, or the pear is heavier than the grape.
Finally, students will sort and count objects.
You can categorize objects by height, color, and weight. Let's sort these bears by height. First, let's analyze how many we have. We have, looks like, two small bears, so we have medium bears now, and some large bears. So the least amount is we have two small bears, and we have three large bears, and lastly, four medium bears. Now let's sort some objects by color. First, we'll analyze how many tiles we have. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 red tiles, and have your child count the objects as they're doing this. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green tiles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue tiles. And the child would sort them in order. So they have 4 red tiles and 5 green tiles. And lastly, there are 6 blue tiles. Objects can also be sorted by weight. Here we have an orange, a feather, an almond, a rock, and a piece of paper. Have your child hold each object. Here we could say, I have more lighter objects, the feather, the piece of paper, and the almond, than I do heavier objects, the rock and the orange.
In summary, the focus of this unit is describing and comparing measurable attributes of objects. At home, make sure to practice using descriptive words to describe and compare objects.
Thank you for your time. We know that when families and schools work together, student success increases. Please visit the Cobb County Math Department website for additional information and resources to support your student at home.